everybody, this is Alaska O'Reilly O'Malley O'Patrick O'Sullivan. Top of the morning to you. How is everybody doing today?
Hello everyone, this is Alaska Prepper. I'm sorry about that. I have a helper today, and I don't think you recognize him because this is the first time he's been on the Alaska Prepper channel. It's Alaska O'Reilly.
O'Malley O'Patrick O'Sullivan.
Oh yeah.
Who is also Italian.
It's Alaska O'Reilly. He's Irish Italian. So, ladies and gentlemen.
Please explain what we're going to be doing today.
I'm losing my train of thought here. Ladies and gentlemen, so for those of you that are new, I know that I've done a video in the past, a while back, showing you all how to properly store dried goods for long term. So a couple payday preps ago, or for the last couple of payday preps, I've gotten a lot of rice, and a couple of payday preps ago, I got a lot of beans. So I thought that I'd go ahead and show you guys how I'm going to package those. That way, for any of you that are new to the channel, you can see how I package them, and then you can feel more confident in doing this yourself because it's very easy. As you can see, I have just regular 5-gallon buckets that I got at Home Depot.
Home Depot, yes.
And no, I'm not sponsored by Home Depot.
It's the best place to go for your everyday homework needs.
Okay, so I looked at these buckets, and
it is in the name.
The plastic they use is number 2, which supposedly is food grade. However, you don't have to use food grade buckets to do this because you're using a Mylar bag, which is food grade and is impervious to oxygen or any air coming through it, okay, or moisture or anything. The bucket is mainly for protection against puncturing your Mylar bags and protection against rodents.
Those darn rodents, they're getting into everything.
All right, Alaska O'Reilly, calm down.
O'Malley O'Patrick O'Sullivan, who is also Italian.
So all you do is you can put the bag right in there, but when I store this much rice in a 5-gallon bucket, I like to put it in there loose because it gives you a lot more room, so you can put a lot more. So it's just a matter of pouring it in there.
You got to do it real slow. Make sure nothing gets out.
Yes, listen to Alaska O'Reilly.
O'Malley O'Patrick O'Sullivan.
Okay, and Alaska O'Reilly.
Yes, what is it?
Can you show them what a 15-pound bag looks like? So you see, ladies and gentlemen, a 15-pound bag, fill that up a little less than halfway. So I've got a couple of 15-pound bags. Let's see how much this one fills it up. So a full 5-gallon bucket will usually easily take 30 pounds of rice. However, if you all remember...
Oh, that's a lot of rice.
Yeah, if you all remember when I got these preps, yeah, that is a lot of rice. You're looking at about 300 servings of rice.
And how much did you pay for this rice?
For this rice right here, I only paid $5.88 per bag.
Isn't that a good deal, people?
That is a great deal.
That's an amazing deal.
So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to shake this down, okay? And one thing that I don't like about these Mylar bags is, if you look in the bottom, they don't conform to the bottom of the pail very well.
Ah, they're rebellious in their age.
Yeah. So I don't like that too much. It would be great if they came out with a Mylar bag that was shaped round in the bottom. It would be very nice, but they don't. So now, I'm going to grab 4 pounds of pinto beans, 1 pound of black-eyed peas, and 1 pound of black beans. I'm going to throw them in there.
Oh, different beans, different tastes,
Before I
different
put them
flavors.
in there, I'm going to go ahead and... You can either poke a little hole or cut a little slit with scissors. I just poke a little hole in there.
What is a little hole for?
Well, what it does is it allows the oxygen absorber to consume the oxygen that's in these bags. Okay? Because you don't really want to put the beans in there loose. Because what will happen is it'll get mixed in with the rice and everything. And you really don't want that. And when I do this, I push down on it pretty hard so that everything can pack down. So I'm doing the same thing here with my black beans. Okay? And if 1 or 2 beans gets out, it's not the end of the world, ladies and gentlemen.
This is how I managed to get all my belongings here to America.
Yeah, he came here with a 5-gallon bucket, ladies and gentlemen.
I managed to fit my TV, my bed frame, all of my monies.
I don't know how he made it through customs.
Ah, I met this Russian guy. He was there. He was drinking vodka. I don't know his name, but he and the guard at the border patrol, that sort of thing. They were obviously well liquored
so
up.
You see that, ladies and gentlemen? That right there is good to go. All we need to do is put an oxygen absorber in there and seal it up, and it's good to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the second bag because I've got another 30 pounds of rice here that I got in smaller bags because they had run out of the big bags.
Don't you hate it when that happens?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, because I ended up having to pay an extra $2 and change for these 30 pounds of rice than what I did for the other ones. Because the small bags are obviously a little more expensive by the pound. But it's still a good price. This 30 pounds of rice ended up costing me about $14 instead of $12. So, not really complaining about it. That's still a pretty decent price.
I have to admit, Rudy, this is a fine place you have here. How'd you get it?
How'd I get what?
This place?
This house? The house that you're visiting me in?
Of course. What else would I be talking about? Your living abode.
My son and I built it.
Oh, congratulations. You have a son.
Yes, I do. I have a son.
Where is he?
I don't know. He's probably out looking for a girl.
Oh, I see.
He's in that age, you know. So that was 3 bags. What are you doing in Alaska anyway, Alaska O'Reilly?
Oh, I just decided to visit.
Really? And how'd you decide to come over here? You're
Why
lucky
not?
I didn't have my pistol because I've never seen you before.
Oh, I see. Is that a thing here? You got a lot of guns.
No, I don't have a lot of guns, just a couple. But you don't need a lot of guns. You only need a couple. You only need ones that you can use well and are trained with. And that's good enough. So let's see. That is my 5th bag. We got one more bag, ladies and gentlemen.
To be honest with you, I did try to get in through California, but they turned me away because I didn't have no visa.
What?
And so I figured it'd be a lot easier to come to this state because, well, not a lot of goes on this state.
Oh, so you say you met Victor, so did he help you come through the border?
I don't know who this Victor guy is, but this crazy Russian.
That's Victor.
Oh, are you sure there's a bunch of crazy Russians?
Yeah.
Did you hear about the fight with Conor McGregor?
No.
He got choked out by this Russian Khabib.
Really?
Yes, I seen it last night.
Okay.
It was insane.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting my beans in here again, like I did before. Just gonna press down on them nice.
It was a sad day for all us Irish.
And as you can see, all I'm doing is poking a little hole in there. That's all you need to do. Okay, and just press down on it nice and hard so everything will get distributed pretty even throughout that bag.
Anyway, as I was saying, I went to the border, and there was this crazy Russian. He was yelling, drinking, lots of drinking.
Was he drinking vodka?
Of course he was. You know how they are.
I'll have to show you one of my vodka bottles to see if you recognize if that's the bottle he was drinking out of.
It was clear, and I'm pretty sure it had some type of urine in it.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see that right there? That's ready to go. Now, while I was doing that, I was preheating my iron right here. And I've got a stick right here, or a board, you can see, and you'll see what I'm going to use that for now. And I've I've got my 2000 cc oxygen absorbers. Okay.
That's some type of thing for your feet.
Yes, that's a foot massager.
What do you need a foot massager
Alaska
for?
Prepper needs a foot massager whenever he's been out on the roof a lot.
Oh.
So what I do now, ladies and gentlemen, is I just get this ready. As you can see. Okay. This one's not cooperating as much. But we want to get it nice and flat, just like that. Okay. Now, when everything's ready, I got my board right here. I'm going to put the board right there on the edge. Okay. Now that my board is ready, my iron is hot, everything, now I'm going to open up my O2 absorbers. Okay, and you can see that it's popping. All you need is 1 per. Trust me, that's plenty.
Why would you put multiple oxygen absorbers with each other? Wouldn't one oxygen absorber absorb the oxygen, and then the other oxygen absorber, it absorbs that oxygen, and it keeps going and on, over and over and over.
Absorbers.
Like a chain of oxygen just being absorbed, one right after the other.
Alaska O'Reilly.
O'Malley O'Patrick O'Sullivan.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see that? I got my oxygen absorber in there. Now, you can try to press out as much air as you can. It's not really necessary because what will happen is the oxygen absorber will displace the oxygen inside of that bag, and it'll kind of shrink in on itself.
So what you're telling me is that it will absorb the oxygen.
Yes, it will displace. It will take the oxygen out, creating a void or a little bit of a vacuum, and you'll see that the bag gets sucked in a little bit just from that oxygen absorber. Now that you have your Mylar bag nice and flat on that board, you're going to iron it, making sure that you don't leave that iron on any one spot for a long time. Because if you do, it'll burn a hole right through it.
Oh, that's no good.
And when I do this, I normally put my iron on the highest setting. I just make sure...
You want to get this real spicy hot.
Yeah, I just make sure that I don't leave it on one spot for a very long time. And I go and I do some vertical lines like this.
Hotter than your wife if you leave the toilet seat up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please disregard Alaska O'Reilly.
Oh, Mally O'Patrick O'Sullivan.
Okay, so there you go. That's one done. Okay, push that to the side. Get the other one over here. And this one is ready to go as well. You saw that I put the oxygen absorber in there. I'm going to try and flatten it out as much as I can, but not too worried about it, because I know that that oxygen absorber will suck that bag in. And be careful here on the edges that you don't get a wrinkle that allows any air to get out. So you see, I want you all to see how simple and easy this is. That way you will be encouraged to get some Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers and do this yourself, because this is very simple. This is very easy.
Tell me, Rudy, what happens if you cannot get these Mylar bags? What else would you use?
Actually, that is a great point, because you can get the Mylar bags if you have an Amazon account. They sell these at Amazon for a very good price. And I will leave a link to that so that you guys can take a look. These Mylar bags are about $2 a piece. And they come in a 10-bag container. And they also come with 10 2000 cc oxygen absorbers. Okay, for about $20 or $21. And that is a great deal. You're getting 10 bags plus 10 2000 cc oxygen absorbers for like $21. So you guys can get this from Amazon. They also sell smaller bags. So if you wanted to do just like 1 gallon bags, that's fine also. But I prefer the 5-gallon bags because it's more bang for your buck. And for my long-term food storage, I don't plan on getting into these unless I really have to because of some kind of crisis. So I will be getting into these once my pantry is pretty much run out. This is my emergency long-term food storage.
And how would you store this without these?
So if you don't have any Mylar bags, there's a couple other options. You can either dry store these in mason jars and throw an oxygen absorber in there. Or you can also dry store these in Food Saver vacuum seal bags, but make sure you throw an oxygen absorber in there as well. The Food Saver vacuum seal bags are okay, but they are not as sturdy as these Mylar bags. And I find that they are more expensive than the Mylar bags, because in order for you to put 30 pounds of rice into Food Saver bags, you're probably going to go through almost a whole roll. And I do believe that for like 2 rolls of Food Saver bags, you're going to pay about $11 or so for 2 rolls. And you're probably going to go through almost a whole roll of Food Saver bags to store 30 pounds of rice. Okay? And then an additional 6 pounds of beans. So I think that the Mylar bags are the best bang for your buck, and it comes with the oxygen absorbers. However, you can store them in those other 2 ways that I just mentioned. If you're going to be eating the rice that you purchased within a year from the date that you purchased it, you don't really need to store it in any kind of special container. You could even just leave it in the bag. You know, as long as you're keeping it away from pests and things like that, you should be okay with consuming the rice within a year after you open it. That's why I'm not worried about putting 30 pounds of rice in each one of these containers, because if I open one of these containers during some kind of a crisis, then I know that I'm going to consume, myself and my family that is, that we're going to consume the contents of this 5-gallon bucket within 1 year after I open it. So I'm not worried about putting 30 pounds in there. 30 pounds is actually only about 300 servings of rice. So if you divide that by the number of people in your family and then divide it by the, and then divide it by the number of people in your family, then you should know roughly how many days 30 pounds of rice will last you. Okay, depending on whether you're going to make this a staple, an everyday staple or not. You should be able to tell about how many days that'll last you. Okay, so this right here will be good to go. Throughout the week, I'm going to monitor these for about the next 2 or 3 days. It usually takes about 2 days for them to get sucked in. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave the lid off of these, and I'm going to leave them alone. And I'm going to go ahead and do another video probably in about 2 or 3 days so that you can see how well these things get sucked in just from that one oxygen absorber. That way you don't think that you have to put multiple oxygen absorbers in there. That one that comes with the bags is just fine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've beat this dog to death. So let me go ahead and sign off. Having said that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be at a better place.
And you know it would be a better place for all of the children and adults and everyone and the dogs and the cats and the fish and everything in the
very
world.
Good. Thank you. Thank you there, Alaska O'Reilly.
O'Malley O'Patrick O'Sullivan.
Okay.
Who was also Italian.
So this is Alaska Prepper and...
We're out!
This is Alaska Prepper and Alaska...
O'Reilly, O'Malley, O'Patrick O'Sullivan. I just said this.
All right. Many blessings to all of you and your families. Man, thank goodness that Victor is not here at the same time this guy is, because I don't think Victor would like him.
Oh, I think I'm going to find him down at the bar.
Well, maybe later on tonight, but not right now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.